Hello everyone, welcome to iExamP. The RBI Grade B DEPR exam information handout has been released today, and there are certain details that you need to pay attention to for giving your exam. So in this video, I will discuss those details in detail and what should be your strategy for the next 10 days before the exam. The exam for DEPR phase 1 is going to be held on 16th of July, and this will consist of two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 is your economics objective nature, and paper 2 is your English descriptive in nature, right? So in the information handout that has been released today, they have given details into the number of questions that will be given and how their marking system is going to be. So this is the information handout which is available on the website of RBI also. So few things that you need to pay attention is to the number of questions. So for your paper 1 economics paper, which is going to be objective in nature, they have changed the marking system in a manner that there will be only 1 marker questions and 2 marker questions. So there will be 30 questions which will be 1 mark, which will give you 30 marks worth, and then there will be another 35 questions of 2 marks each worth 70 marks, giving you a total of 100 marks. So this is how your economics objective paper will be structured. For your descriptive English, there will be 4 questions. The exact details we will discuss for descriptive English in a separate video. This is how the questions will be, and we will also discuss further what do we mean and how we can expect these questions to be and what should be your focus area for the coming days. Next thing to note is the negative marking. So the negative marking here has been specified, and it is different for the 1 marker and 2 marker questions. For 1 marker questions, the negative marking for 1 marker questions is 1/3, while the risk is higher in case of 2 mark questions, where the negative marking will be half marks for 2 marks questions, right? So half mark will be deducted for an incorrect answer in case of 2 marks questions. However, in case of 1 mark questions, the negative marking is 1/3 of the marks. So you have to be careful while you also attempt the questions in this. The next thing is that these 2 papers will happen in 2 shifts. The first shift is at 7:30. You have to report at 7:30, and for the next shift you have to report at 11:30. So it's not like they are doing in shifts the paper, but these 2 papers will be happening in 2 shifts. So please remember to download separate admit cards for both the shifts for the RBI website. Please don't forget about these 2. So you will the paper will be in 2 shifts and you have 2 separate admit cards. So please don't forget to download that. That is a very, very important thing. So moving ahead, as I was telling you, now 10 days before the exam, if you've got to know that there will be 1 marker questions and there will be 2 marker questions in economics objective, then what you should focus on and what should be your strategy now in these 10 days. I am focusing on the economics objective paper in this video. As stated before, the descriptive English we will have another video, so please stay tuned and don't forget to visit the iExamP YouTube channel. So for objectives, I had discussed this before also, the important topics. The important topics are not going to change, and I feel now they become even more important because 1 marker questions mean there will be good conceptual understanding being tested for in this particular paper, as compared to in the previous, where there were 3 marker questions and 4 marker questions also coming. It was a lot of weightage going towards numericals. This time a lot of focus is likely to be on the conceptual aspects. So from all the different areas in your syllabus for phase 1, the conceptual understanding and the topics will be very, very important. So in microeconomics, elasticity, demand and supply related will be very important. Even general equilibrium will continue to be an important topic. Edgeworth box and Pareto optimal allocation within this will be important for you to conceptually understand and attempt questions. Questions related to market structures, especially oligopoly and monopolistic competition, would be very, very important. Substitution and income effect and elasticity of substitution is another important conceptual topic from microeconomics. You can also expect some 2 marker numericals here to come in. In micro and international economics, national income, ISLM curve, multiplier inflation, and certain growth models will be of importance. In the topic related to environmental economics from the conceptual and one marker questions will also be important for you to attempt. From quantitative methods in economics, covariance. So there's a slight change in what we had discussed earlier and what we are suggesting now to you to focus on, because the longer or the more time consuming numericals are unlikely or relatively very less possibility of them being coming here if the papers is going to have highest 2 marks. So the questions initially that we had suggested on input output or linear programming may not have that much of importance because usually those numericals are lengthy and mostly fall in the 3 or 4 mark category. But given that we are going to get maximum 2 mark questions, they may not be of too much focus for phase 1. Rather, you should focus on covariance, correlation, regression related numericals. Multiple variable optimization is something we have added here in this topic that you should focus on, and the test, F test, T test, and ANOVA will be important. So these aspects you can revise and practice more. Current developments in Indian economy could fetch you good 1 mark questions and 1 marks in this particular exam. So in the past, when 1 marker questions have been there, they have come from current developments happening in the economy, right? So your latest monetary policy, I would recommend to go back to 2-3 past monetary policies like the Feb 1, the April 1, and the June 1. The latest financial stability report that has come out, that you should focus on and look for the data there. The Union Budget and Economic Survey of this year, the growth and inflation and forex related updates that have happened and come recently. These are the ones that you can focus on the for this particular exam for 1 markers, and these could be very direct and scoring for you. So yes, this could be a segment that can help pull up the score for you. So again, suggesting please focus on concepts, 1 markers, and even in 2 markers, what I can suggest that for 2 markers, yes, there will be focus on numericals, but it will not be 100% numerical. There will be a good conceptual questions being asked in 2 markers also, where rather than being direct, the questions could have longish statements as your options, right? So usually in 2 markers, this would be there, that these 2 markers have long statement based options in your answers, which may take up time in reading. Therefore, having good conceptual understanding will be important so that you are able to pick out 2 or 3 words that are distinguishing and making other options in the long statements incorrect, right? So read these statements carefully. Please don't run to a conclusion very fast. Be thorough with a particular concept and look for those keywords in those long statements to be able to solve them and arrive at the right answer quickly. In 2 markers, expect numericals, as we also suggested, from conceptual topics like elasticity, ISLM, and of course from the quantitative economics and methods. So therefore, it will be very, very important for you to strengthen your concepts. So whatever you have notes you have been making over the past few months while preparing for this exam, thoroughly go through them and please practice a lot of MCQs. This will help you to gain speed and also confidence in your concepts while you are attempting. So this will be very important. Aditi ma'am had started and concluded a 50-day series where she has discussed some very nice conceptual numericals and questions over the last 50 days. This entire playlist is available on our Target RBI YouTube channel. You can watch them. They are short videos discussing important concepts in form of numericals, in form of questions, which will be a very, very good revision for you. If you've not already watched it, then I would suggest you to go through them and hardly take 5 minutes per video for you. What else you can do is practice questions. So all those who are already enrolled for our course, Exambi provides RBI DEPR related course in which You have video lessons, study notes, practice lessons, live sessions and interview guidance. As of now, you should concentrate on practice MCQs and not just the mock tests. What will become even more important now, I will suggest all the users who are taking who are using the course to concentrate and go back to the section tests and the chapter test, because they have a lot of conceptual questions for you to practice from, chapter wise and section wise. Section like, you know, the microeconomics, then macroeconomics, then econometrics related questions for you to practice in totality. So these are almost 1200 plus questions apart from the mock test, full length practice tests that are there. The full length practice test do have long numericals also, which you can now skip and concentrate on the 1 markers and 2 markers and even 3 markers to some extent in these practice tests. So in together, including all that, you will have 1500 plus mock tests, questions, MCQs to practice for economics alone. So please take advantage of that. For descriptive English, as I said, information handout and strategy discussion will be done by Arunima ma'am in a separate video. She also did a video last week related to how you should approach and what kind of changes could be expected, which is more or less in line with what Arunima ma'am had discussed is now come out. And the mock test that we had built had worked on those possibilities. So in the course, if you are registering, you will also be able to attempt the descriptive English test in the format as given in the information handout, and you will get a one-on-one feedback and correction being done by the faculty for that. So please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you get the update and about the video that Arunima ma'am will come out for descriptive English. So also don't forget to press the bell icon in that case. Wishing you all the best for the exam. Prepare 50% faster with iExamB.